This interior doesn't exist. It's actually a terrible AI generated image I found on Pinterest. So since this top is everywhere, I'm gonna build 5 different AI interiors in Minecraft for real, or at least try to. So let's get right into it, starting with the easiest interior and moving on to harder interiors as the video goes on. I don't really think I have to explain why all these images are AI. I think it'll be very obvious as the video goes on, but for the first one, real quick, I'm just gonna point out, I mean, this is kind of a Minecraft wood texture on the logs, but everything else is just random garbage. What's going on here? You know what I mean? What is this? You know, like, I'm not gonna go in depth for all of them, but it's just very obvious the longer you look. Like what is even going on here? What is this supposed to be? Obviously it's a table, but what is this? You know? Obviously AI, but let's get into it and actually try to build it. There's 2 things that I think I can use for scale in this image, and that's like this window with kind of like a bit of a curved shape on the top, and then the same thing on the left, which is like a door, I guess, or like a closet. I can't really tell. But this one on the side will probably be 5 blocks, I would guess, for that kind of shape. Maybe this is 4 block gap, actually. That looks kind of better. And it just starts like there's wood here, and then it just immediately goes into like this, which, sure, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't look bad. Well, I mean, it looks bad, but like, I mean, like, it looks like how I'm supposed to make it look, you know? And there's like window here, which I think I'll do like a 3 wide, I guess. Like, yeah, I mean, that's what we're going for, I guess. I gotta figure out what to make the floor out of. I'm not sure what that's really trying to be. No matter what I do, people are getting mad at me, right? Like, let's be real. That's the way this works. But I feel like it's almost going for like a wood, right? Like that's a wood texture, but stone color. But I don't think it's pale. Like, if it was pale, it would be more obvious. I honestly almost think it's like an oak, or really. With oak planks for now, and we'll see what it's kind of looking like after. And there's like some kind of spruce, like, windowsill sort of thing. And then just slabs here. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'll be real. This also turns into slabs, but it seems like it's like kind of set back a block. And there's like carpet, which I think I'll just use red for. Like, I think it'll be a red carpet. So where about does that go? Kind of like... it goes like here. So something like that. Maybe I'll try to get some kind of detail in that in a second here. But that's kind of it for like the shape. The roof is going to be really weird. I'm going to try to figure out how I want to do that real quick, because that might not work too well. Let's see here. It has like these bars going across. I'm assuming they kind of line up like this. Like, my brain wants me to put spruce here, right? But I think it's oak. I think we'll do slabs. It looks kind of like maybe a bit broken. Might be I don't know if that's really the right word, but you know what I mean? A bit like rickety, sort of. So maybe I'll add some like trapdoors and stuff, fences, just to get a bit more kind of shape to it. I'm not trying to 1-to-1 copy, by the way, but I do want to make sure I have at least like the broad strokes of it down. We'll see though. And yeah, let's try to make this look a bit less like, you know, it looks too like clean right now. But I think that actually kind of is starting to make it come together here. I don't know how to make this look good. Like, this looks awful. That might be a more accurate shape, by the way. So maybe we'll raise it a bit. That's not quite accurate, though, is it? It's something like that, unfortunately. There's some just random wood thing here, but I think I'll, you know, a bit of interpretation. Maybe it's a weird seed of some kind. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think this is where I kind of start to, you know, deviate a bit from the image with this table. All right, because what is that? You know what I mean? So I think what we do is we just make an actual table here. All right, the point is to try and kind of Minecraftify these. All right, so like that works a bit, you know? There's like a chandelier seemingly meant to be here, but I don't know how to make a chandelier, so I think we might just do a lantern. That's like chandelier-ish, you know what I mean? Like that gets the vibe across. It's supposed to be a chandelier, I think. All right, over here there's like some like closet sort of space, I think. All right, I think what we'll do over here is kind of just use my imagination here, obviously, because I can't really see it, but there looks like there's some kind of shelf sort of thing, and there's just stuff here. I can't see what the stuff is, so we're just gonna put stuff that kind of looks cool, I guess. I'm gonna start adding just leaves everywhere, because there's just leaves absolutely everywhere, and plants absolutely everywhere. So maybe it'll look all right after I finish that, because right now it's looking not great. I mean, the image itself I'm looking at is not great, but I mean, like, it's not looking that accurate. I think it's just because I don't have plants. So I'm gonna get these in, and then we'll see kind of what we're working with. That's kind of tough. Honestly, like, come on, hold up. Let's get a side by side real quick. overall, that's not bad. I like that. First one down, let's get to the next one. It might be a bit harder. I'm not really sure. That one was harder than I thought, so I don't know. But yeah, let's get to the next one. All right, so for this next one here, it's kind of a bit weird. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do for this because like one, it's like vertical format, so I don't know how to look in a screenshot, but more importantly, what is going on here? You know what I mean? Like there's some things that are obvious, right? Bed, window. I think the thing on the left of the circle is a mirror. Obviously the roof. The walls are stone brick again. A lot of leaves. What's the floor? Is that just dirt? That's just dirt, right? Like, hello? Whatever. We'll try to just plan some stuff out first, though. That'll, you know, help us kind of get stuff going here. So we have a back wall here. We have a bed, which I believe I'll make a three wide bed. It has like a trim on it and everything. So 3 blocks on each side, I guess, for wall, and then a window. And that's basically all we got to go off for scale. I don't really know what I'm supposed to really do, but we'll see. Some kind of, I think, like shelf sort, like there's separation between the bed and the wall, basically is what I'm saying here. Some kind of like shelf sort of table thing that goes all the way across, and then there's the bed, which, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna build this. All right, maybe something like that for scale, honestly. It's a pretty big bed. It's kind of accurate, I think. And obviously like a headboard some kind. We'll put it here, I guess. There's like a stripe of like brown here for some reason. I don't know why, but sure, I guess. I suppose. That's kind of the bed. It's kind of a good place to start. The floor is gonna be weird. I don't know what we're gonna do with the floor. I think I'll actually hold off on that for a minute. Let's get this back wall in, I think, now. All right, now I think what I'll do for scale here is figure out what this, like, I'm guessing it's supposed to be a mirror, but obviously you can't make a mirror in Minecraft, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for this. But we'll see what kind of shape I can get here. Like, that's all right. I think we might just have to, you know, call it that. It's not quite accurate. It'll never be accurate. I think we just take it. Like, it's the best we're gonna get. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, because it's obviously a mirror. I think we just leave it for now. We'll figure it out later. It's obviously not anything. It's AI, so it's nothing, I guess. But like, it looks like it's supposed to be a mirror. All right, either way, there's some height on this, though, after. We gotta keep in mind, we had to scale this up a bit, so, you know, it would take up more space on that back wall in the image, but we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to this, like, bookshelf-looking thing over here. Looks maybe 3 blocks across. And it goes pretty high up. And then it gets kind of, like, cut off by these, like, beams that are across the ceiling. Yeah, they're nowhere near even, but it's whatever. I want to put, like, shelves in there. I think it'll look good. Like, both, like, literal shelves and, like, fake shelves, you know? I just think it'd be nice to, like, have stuff everywhere here. Bit of, like, variation, you know? Something like that. Obviously, I'll go back and detail more later. I don't want to do too much detailing because a lot of it's going to get covered by leaves, so I want to do the kind of final detail stuff at the end. Let's get this roof in. I'm going to just do this for now. I think we'll texture it. I think maybe I'll make the roof look a bit more broken, separate it from the walls, I guess. Something like that for now. Obviously, I'll add more stuff to it. And now it's time for this window, which, yeah, I have no idea. Okay, probably not full logs, though. Let's get a bunch of spruce blocks out real quick. This is way more involved than I thought it would be. Low-key. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like that's not bad. If you like really look at it, you're like, oh, this one's slightly taller, but like, it's okay. It's kind of bad. It's not that bad. Like, it's kind of bad, but it's like this will be covered in leaves anyway. Like half it'll be leaves. Like, are we really like caring that much? Probably not. All right, let's chill out here. Okay, I'm out here arguing with myself over if this window looks good, man. It's my video. All right, I'll make the window. I want to make the window. Anyway, leaves, I guess, everywhere now. Let me texture the walls first, actually. We're almost done here. It doesn't look like we're almost done, but I think the leaves and everything will make it. Leaves, I need some lights, and then I think it'll kind of come together. All right, that looks pretty good, I guess. I think it'll start coming together once we get the floor in, but the problem with that is the floor looks terrible, so maybe it won't. The problem is it literally looks like dirt, but it's not. So I think what we'll do is just like brown wool and brown concrete powder, maybe. Like, yeah, I think that's, like, I think if we do dirt, it'll look way too bad, but it does literally just look like dirt. I think we get leaves everywhere now. And that will maybe save it. All right, but with that, that's interior number 2 done. I'm pretty happy with it. I copy and pasted the build on the other side of that wall to kind of get the mirror effect, sort of. It looks okay. It's not great. I just figured it was better than like literally nothing. So we take it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's move on to the third one. Real quick though, this is the first one with shaders. I forgot to show it at the beginning, but you know, it's tough. All right, next up, we got image number 3, which is whatever's going on here. I can't really tell. I mean, like obviously it's a fireplace with like these couches, which look really weird. I think maybe I'll start with the couch because like whatever's going at the couch, and I guess, whatever scale you get the whole build in, right? They're kind of really important. They're copper colored. There's no other stair that is even close, except maybe prismarine, but just kind of copper, I guess. So how wide is this? 5 across? Sure. Maybe some kind of table. I don't know. Dude, the problem is oak is like, I get a lot of comments saying I overuse spruce, but the problem is that is literally just the oak trapdoor. Trapdoor is like the most versatile block in like any block set. You can place them multiple ways, you can open and close them, all that. Trapdoors for oak just have holes in them, so I just can't really use them for like a tabletop or something. So I end up using spruce instead because it's like kind of the next closest. But I guess it does kind of lead to me using a lot of spruce, but I just usually don't have another option. We might be able to use stairs here though. Like some upside down stairs might look all right here. But yeah, I mean, it kind of passes. We have another couch on the other side, but it's like smaller. Yeah, probably something like that. So whatever scale we can kind of get the rest of the build in around this, I think is what we're gonna do. But yeah, it's kind of tough. I think the next thing we do is kind of get this fireplace in, I guess. I'm not sure the scale. It kind of goes right to here. We could just do 5 across. It lines up with the table. It's kind of like there. That might just be the best we get. It's not perfect, but it's all right. Look all right with scale, kind of. I'm not the biggest fan of this. All right, well, actually, luckily, this doesn't really matter that much. There's some kind of wood here. Bit weird, but sure. And then it kind of comes up like this. Something like that. So that's basically the fireplace. I think I might just do full box here. It doesn't look great, I'll admit, but kind of the best we got. Also some supports there. Maybe we get signs. Just kind of trying to make it look less terrible. All right, I was trying to think of a more like elegant way to put that. It looks really bad. All right, there we go. I said it. It looks actually garbage. Something like that though, I guess. All right, and then the walls. I just assume this window is centered on the couch, so we'll do something like that. Maybe one more. Why not? Window goes to like the height of this thing, so that's kind of just what we gotta do. I mean, it looks garbage, but you know, whatever, I guess. I really don't know what's happening, but I'll figure something out, you know? I'll figure something out. Let's get some kind of bookshelf thing here. I think it'll help really fill the space up. There's clearly something going on here. I'll kind of do what I did with the other one, where I leave like a lot of empty space for like shelves and stuff. There's some kind of like trim here of some sort. I think I'm gonna go for dark oak. Not the right color, I know, but it's just not looking good, you know? This one might be a miss, I'm not gonna lie. There's some kind of roof here, I guess, seemingly. Kind of starts behind this beam, which is weird, but whatever. We're on with it. Sure, you know, this has to look good for literally one screenshot. Let's hit the floor real quick. Looks, I don't like how much spruce it looks like, but it looks like spruce, I guess. All right, what's going on with this? Like, I was about to actually say something completely different, but I just noticed, what is up with the top of this picture? Is it like something like this, I guess, maybe? Like, it kind of cuts the view off the top of this with some kind of like sideways beam. I think I'm just gonna kind of assume that this all carries over in a logical way here somehow. Let's get some leaves in and some final details, and we'll see if we're kind of getting there or not. I'm not sure, but we might be about done. All right, I think that's it. I don't think I can get a good screenshot of it because it's like so vertical. Side by side, probably on screen right now. I don't know. I think I've been doing that, hopefully. Maybe, whatever. I'm happy with it. Let's move on to the fourth one. Hopefully it's a bit better than this one because I mean, it came out fine, but it's just kind of a weird picture. All right, so next up we got this kind of like, actually like it looks all right. Okay, I get what's going on here, which is interesting. That's not super common, but the thing I'm a bit worried about here is the scale. I don't know how big I want to make these windows. I think probably 2 by 3, probably, and like 2 block gap between them, I guess. Like something like this, like a 3 block gap. I mean, like, I think that'll look all right for like the windows on the top floor. Some kind of door here, which I mean, bigger than a window, obviously. There's like 2 box wall. So that's kind of the scale we're working with here for like the whole build. Kinda. Yeah, I think that lines up. All right, anyway, what do we do here? First of all, I'm gonna change the walls to stone brick. Like obviously, everything's stone brick for some reason in these images. I guess it's kind of more cobblestone-like, but a whole wall of cobblestone would look really ugly, so I'm not gonna do that. First, let's figure out where these stairs go, I guess. They're obviously spruce. Again, as always, everything's spruce, but whatever. I think they just see like that color, and that's like the wood color like AI uses. So it's kind of the height this is at, I think. And it looks pretty thin. Like, it doesn't look full block depth. At least, maybe not here. Maybe we do something like this. I think I like that. I think that's not bad. I don't know what to do here, though. I guess we could just... I mean, upside down stairs, I guess. They don't look that, like, thick in, like, the picture, but it's all good. Okay, and then... What next here? I think we gotta get this railing in. I think what we're gonna do is just make these full blocks on the edges. and we just get fenced in. It's the same color as the stairs, so I guess I'll just use spruce, even though I think it's a lot of spruce, but I mean, it's what it looks like. All right, and then like, something that's really weird is what's going on above the walls. I don't know if you can really see it that well. I don't know how small the picture is on screen right now. I obviously haven't ended the video yet, but it switches to spruce. I'm not sure why. I don't really get it. All right, there's also like a log here, but then this one's not on the edge of the door. It's like a gap, which is really weird, but whatever. But there's like a block of spruce here, and there's like beams. Something like this. AI really likes this weird roof pattern. It's like what they did on the first two, I think. Unless I'm remembering wrong. Yeah, they did do it. It's weird. But this time it's wood on the top, which is different, I guess. And it looks worse, which is, you know, cool, I suppose. All right, we're getting there. I actually kind of like this one. I don't hate this one that much, comparatively, at least. Because the first few were pretty bad, especially the last one. Anyway, some kind of thing that comes down like this. I mean, literally like that, even though that looks kind of terrible. That's what it does. Also, there's like a door here too, but it's blocked. I'm going to be charitable here. I'm going to interpret that as like a bar, I think, because I think that'll look pretty good. So I'm going to do that, even though it's not really exactly what it looks like. It looks like a doorway that's blocked by cardboard boxes someone left from an Amazon shipment, but I think it'll look all right. There's like a trim on this door, or something like that. I think as well start just adding details myself, because, you know, again, not trying to one-to-one copy like literally everything, so I don't really mind doing some random stuff. I think it's a pretty good looking door. Let's figure out how to get these windows going. These kind of just look like glass panes, actually. It has like a nice like outline on them because I don't use connected glass right now, so I think that looks pretty good. Anyway, what I'm gonna do down here, I think, I'm gonna set this floor to like a lighter stone sort of color, so maybe andesite might be the call. I'm not entirely sure. Or like smooth stone. Yeah, I mean, that looks kind of what I was going for. Maybe a bit better of a random pattern. That looks pretty good. Some kind of carpet here. I don't know if I'm actually gonna use carpet blocks because it's kind of a weird pattern. I'm not sure what to use for that, actually. Let's see here. I think I might just put a carpet here. Maybe like white and red. Where would it even go? It kind of comes to like here. Something like that. I think we're like kind of like getting there. You know what I mean? Obviously, we got a lot of details. Of course, there's plants everywhere. I think what I'm gonna do first though is texture the walls because of course it looks very bad right now because it's just one texture everywhere. So we're gonna just break it a little bit. All right, that looks better. What next? Plants, I guess. Why not? We'll get leaves, of course. We'll get vines. They're kind of just everywhere, as always at this point. Not like I'm surprised. All right, there's kind of like just random stuff over here. I'm not sure what. I'll put like smokers or something. I don't know. Like there's something over here, but you just can't see it. I'm just gonna put random like industrial looking stuff, kind of call it. All right, I'm gonna build like fake rooms behind these things real quick and just kind of probably call it after that. I don't know. I just want to like it's not like just super flat out here, you know? All right, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know how to get a good view of this really, because again, it's a very vertical image, but honestly, like I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, got the side-by-side going. Kind of cooked, I think. Like, come on, that's not bad. We take that. All right, let's move on to the fifth and final one. I think it's gonna be kind of difficult. I'm not looking forward to it. All right, so for the final build, we got this weird looking thing. I don't know what I'm looking at really. I guess it's like a hallway of some sort. I don't know. I don't know what blocks to use for the wall either. It looks like diorite, so I don't know. I'm not entirely sure really, but kind of gonna try to figure out the scale first, I guess. There's like these pillars here. I guess something like this. It's just kind of jumbled nonsense, right? Like I'm not losing it. What's going on? Hello? What is this? Sorry, like the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm realizing like what is going on. I don't know what's happening. I'm actually gonna start with like this back section, honestly. All right, although it's hard to tell what's happening. It might be a little bit easier to tell than the front. That's kind of what I'm seeing on the back wall. Like if I'm looking at the top of it, right? So, and this kind of obviously just comes this way, some unknown amount, you know? I think the way I interpret it is there's some kind of like archways, right? But I don't know where or how or what or why, you know? Wall is shaped super weird. And then above all of these, it's like a bit of a gap. And then there's like these weird windows, which I'm gonna kind of assume are just basically like this. It's maybe not that weird. I don't know. This middle one, like Loki doesn't have this like beam through it though, which is like weird. It's just very flat. And we got whatever's going on here. I think I'm gonna start from the top down because that's where I could see the windows, which is what those cutouts are, by the way. I was trying to figure out where the windows would go. They're, I mean, about here, I guess. Like height-wise, I mean. The bottom lines up with the bottom of that, so something like this. And then where are they here? Yeah, I guess about there. I guess I was right the first time. Okay, this lines up with this, at least. Like, the right side of this window lines up with the right side of this big window at the bottom. And it goes about to here, to like the middle of this window. And has kind of like a shape like that, I guess. All right, so maybe that's not that bad. It's a long hallway though. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. I think what we'll do is we'll change all red wool. It's gonna be diorite. Oh, it's ugly. It's really ugly, but it is diorite. So we'll try to save it, but it's diorite. I mean, I'll mix white wool, concrete powder, all that stuff in, but it is diorite. I can't just ignore that. One thing at a time. Let's kind of take a look at the roof. I think that would be the easiest thing to just get out of the way. So I think what we'll do is figure out what block I want to use. It has the same like thing as all the other roofs, where it just like beams across, you know what I mean? Dark oak might be the move. Hold up. I think we'll get like dark oak, like slabs, trapdoors, shelves, all this stuff. Kind of just detail this roof, I guess. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I feel like I said I guess, and I don't know like way too much. My bad, chat. Okay, it's starting to come together. I'm seeing it. If you're seeing it, you should subscribe and consider joining my Discord. Discord.gg/rowannn with 2 N's. A lot of cool people in there. Link down below, of course, all that. Oh, but yeah, let's get back to building this. That was not really a good plug. I don't even know why I'm hyped about that. That was terrible. It's not like that. I'll texture that a bit better at some point, but for now, I like that. And it kind of has like a part that goes up over here. Not sure how much, but it's something like that. And there's like a pillar here. There's a pillar like here. Yeah, I'm gonna get this like weird like part over here in first, I think. Okay, hold up. I don't like how this is different. I'm gonna make this the same, all right? Whatever. These walls need to be textured so bad. I think maybe I should just do that. All right, that's not that bad, right? Like, seriously, you know, it could be worse. I think the worst part of this build right now is this. It just is bothering me so bad. I think I'm gonna put it like mud instead. They're just too thin. That's way better. All right, I don't even care. That's way better. All right, so I think what I'm gonna try to do now is like, let me explain my thought process first, right? This image, I'm assuming it kind of, well, I mean, it's nothing, but my interpretation is it's almost like a dining hall sort of thing. Like, maybe not the right word, like some kind of like fancy restaurant place to eat, right? That's my interpretation, at least. I'm gonna put like inside these like kind of archways things, I'm gonna probably put like booth seats, you know what I mean? And then tables, plants, lights, and then I'm gonna call it, I think. I'm probably gonna stray kind of far from this image because yeah, it's kind of garbage. Like, oh, okay, like, come on, like, hold up. All right, hold up. All right, let's get this long, like, thing here, you know what I mean? It's a table, wow. English, crazy. All right, I think that's gonna be it, right? That's really not bad. Okay, it's a really weird interior. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. It's just a long hallway, but honestly, like, shaders, it's really not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know how I'm gonna get a side-by-side here, because, I mean, it's kind of hard to fit in frame, but I'm sure I'll figure it out somehow. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, do you guys want to see more like kind of interior focused videos? It's been kind of a minute since I did something like this, where I just kind of like build like interiors or like a bunch of different like smaller builds, whatever. Thank you everyone for watching. Join the Discord, discord.gg/rowannn with 2 N's. I really appreciate it. I don't know, I got a Patreon. Sure, if you want schematics, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be it. See ya, bye. And of course, shout out to my top supporters: Aelic, ThaMango, Tommi, Natural High, Sai, Valushra, Not Xylos, and of course, Mogswamp.